Oh, hey, it's the Bigger Fish back again.
Vlogs.
Woo!
There's always a bigger fish.
That's okay. So we haven't done this in a while.
Should we start with like a comedy sketch? Like it gets people.
I don't know funny things.
Okay,
You're right,
Harry.
Harry. Wizard.
You're Harry. Well, why is that a comedy sketch?
So yes, as you can probably tell by the title of the video, we're going to be talking about the Crimes of Grindawald. So Aaron and I.
Well, it'll be titled "The Grymes of Grindawald."
Okay.
That's what the movie should be called. Because The Crimes of Grindawald is actually a very cool name that this movie does not deserve.
It's true.
We watched the Grymes of Grindawald today.
Yes.
But
okay, well I want to talk. So Aaron and I were pretty big Harry Potter fans. What didn't you say? We read all the books. We watched all the movies. We've just as a kid, especially in middle school, I love the Wizarding World. I still love it too.
Well, let's see. Okay, I've
also read The Cursed Child.
Bad.
Yeah, bad. But we're not talking about that today.
4 Harry Potter fan fictions.
Wow. So what we crap on this movie today is not out of hate of Harry Potter. We love Harry Potter. But there are some serious things.
The only reason anyone would ever talk about this movie is because they like
Harry That's true.
No one watched this movie who didn't like Harry Potter. And it seems like not many Harry Potter fans watched this movie either.
Yeah, this movie tanked at the box office. So there's talk about how they're going to cut the next movie's budgets, but we'll talk about that later.
If this video ever gets uploaded to YouTube, this is the part where Luke will put a picture of the money that this movie made, because I would have looked it up if I was better, more responsible.
It did terrible here.
Put the picture up now.
I will.
Anyways, it did terrible, which is kind of shocking because I think Harry Potter might arguably be the biggest franchise since Star Wars.
I agree. It's like it was our generation Star Wars, I would say.
Yeah, no,
the books were a phenomenon, and the movies.
Which I guess it felt like that when it was happening, but I guess judging by the success of this movie, not really, because if this was a Star Wars movie, I don't know.
I mean, I was on my mission for the first Fantastic Beasts, so I don't know how that did financially, but I think it did all right. I think.
Yeah, I mean, I guess just people saw all the new Star Wars movies, even if they were getting bad reviews.
Yeah, except Solo.
Except for Solo. Then again, yeah, I guess Solo didn't do good.
But I think, I think it's just because they didn't do probably a good job marketing this as a Harry Potter movie. Maybe it doesn't have the words Harry Potter in the title.
It also looks nothing like Harry Potter, which is
That's true.
They should have just taken all the Harry Hogwarts scenes and put them in the trailer.
I'm scared, Professor Dumbledore.
Everyone is scared of something.
Ridiculous!
I'm not an expert on why this movie didn't do good, but anyways, so Aaron and I, we watched this movie actually the day it came out in theaters. I was super excited because I didn't mind the first one.
We really watched it the day it came out in theaters?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's sad.
I'm pretty sure we watched it opening night.
Oh, that's
We were in Georgia. I just got home from
back
mission.
In good old 2018.
2018.
It was a simpler time.
Yeah. And I was like, this movie's going to be great. It's going to tackle Grindawald. It's going to be fun. Because the first movie was very light and it didn't really have much importance. I was like, this one's seriously, things are going to happen. I was super excited. And Dumbledore's in it. And actually, the trailers were amazing. I thought, every time I watched the trailers, I was like, wow, it looks like a movie I really want to see. Because I was really getting back into Harry Potter. And then we went and watched it. And it was one of the most confusing experiences and horrible experiences in my life.
I just remember the reviews came out. And they were awful.
That's
they were the worst things ever. And I was like, well, this just seems like a movie that appeals to me. It's just the critics are different.
Yeah, I was like, maybe it's just a movie for Harry Potter fans. Which it isn't. This is a movie for no one.
JK Rawlings.
It's a movie for JK Rawlings and her craziness.
Yeah. Oh, well. So, anyways, so with the Grymes of Grindawald, would you do the favor of describing the plot? I guess we should start with how the movie ends. Fantastic Beasts where to find the movie ends. So
Okay.
it ends. The movie's about this boy named Credence who turns into a black smoke, like Lost.
Yeah, what is he? I forget his name, but in the first one they established that he's
Obligablis.
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 Yes.
And
so that means he can turn into black smoke and blow up things. That's what I gathered.
He's the smoke monster from Lost.
Yes.
And then they're trying to hunt him down, and he's also being manipulated by a really normal-looking dude.
Oh yeah,
who turns out to be a crazy, not normal-looking dude named Grindawald.
Yeah, and in the words of one of our good friends, Brandon Reisner, who you probably know from Brandon Rising, he's like, "Oh my gosh, a plot twist! It's Johnny Depp!" And I was like, "Oh, that was a funny joke." And I looked at the screen, and I was like, "Wait, that is Johnny Depp." And
The
I was
reveal.
like,
It's Johnny Depp!
It's Johnny Depp! I was like, "Oh no, that's probably not great."
Yeah, I mean, anyways.
So yes, it's revealed that Colin Firth, who I actually thought was probably the best part of the first movie, I really liked him as this like kind of scheming
Johnny
evil
Depp.
dude. It was Johnny Depp the whole time, and you're like, which is weird because Colin Firth's a huge act. He's like a pretty big actor, right? And so they got Colin Firth to play like Johnny Depp's double almost. Like they like hired this really expensive actor to play someone to stand in for Johnny Depp. I don't know.
That's not a good twist. That's the bottom line. So, and then another thing that happens at the end is that they put the Oblivion charm in the water supply rain for the city and get rid of everyone's memories of what happened in it. All the Muggles.
All the Muggles. So like
That's basically what you need.
What's the character? The small fatter guy's name? I don't know.
Funny McFunnyson?
Fogler is his name?
I'm pretty sure it's Funny McFunnyson.
Okay, Funny McFunnyson.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know what I'm talking about. So yeah, he loses all his memories. Okay, so we set up there. So now we jump into the Crimes of Grindawald. So it opens with the part of him in jail. So he's been in jail, I think it says for 6 months at the beginning of the movie. So
I don't know why.
They say they cut out his tongue or something.
Yeah. It didn't seem like it was that hard for him to get out of jail.
No, but he was in. Yeah.
I don't know why. It was like the easiest.
Well, I guess to counter that is because they were transferring him to London. Why they were transferring him to the London?
Please edit that out. That was disgusting.
The reason they were transferring him to the London Wizarding, what is it, the Ministry of Magic, is unknown. I don't think they said why, but they were doing it, and that's when he escaped.
Because the prison was better there.
Maybe.
So they needed to put him in a carriage that anyone could break out of.
Yes.
With the most dangerous wizard of all time.
Yeah.
And I'm saying all time because his magic in this is way stronger than Voldemort's.
Well, also Voldemort's not a thing at this point. So at this point, of all time is
probably
accurate.
And he already has the Elder Wand, which is disappointing, but whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's not like a terrible start to the movie, but you just feel like, oh, okay, well the last movie doesn't really matter because they just retconned that he got captured.
Retconned that he got captured. It could have been interesting if he was in jail for like this entire movie,
and maybe he was like gaining followers in jail, and then they break him out or something. I don't know. That would have been a fun little plot.
No.
But anyways, he breaks out of jail.
No, she wrote it the best.
I mean, JK Rawlings is like the best writer.
So let's just have a section where we go through every single retcon that's in the series, because this is about most of the retcons at the beginning. So because this is the most retconny movie of all time, I think, even including The Rise of Skywalker.
Including The Rise of Skywalker. Well, but the funny thing is, and Last Jedi, because like as everyone knows, the Star Wars movies, you had J.J. Abrams, then Rian Johnson, then J.J. again, and so there was like this tug of war. But this is all J.K. Rowling. Mm-hmm. But like she just wants to retcon her own work all the time.
Quote from J.K. Rowling: "She meticulously plotted all 5 movies." Yes, there's going to be 5 of these movies. That sounds unfathomable to me. In advance, like Pythagoras coming up with this theorem. She's like writing these things, calculating. Yeah. It's like a Rube Goldberg machine of just thoughts all put together, so cleanly put together.
One great movie franchise.
Yeah, she's like
fantastic.
She went to her thinking chair in her basement, and she came up with the most well plotted out thing of all time. So retcon section. Retcon 1. Grindawald breaks out of prison. in one scene.
In one scene.
Okay.
That's the opening scene.
And that's not necessarily a retcon, but it's kind of jarring to completely undo the ending of the first movie. Retcon 2. Credence is alive, even though they totally killed him
in the first one. Yeah.
No explanation given whatsoever.
They're just like, oh, like he's in the scene at the ministry, and they're like, and then a picture of Credence comes in on the pensive, and like, oh, he's alive. And like, oh, okay. So
the only comparable survival I can think of is in Bill and Ted, when the reason he survives the suit of armor thing is because he fell out while he was being pushed down. It's like that level of not making sense.
Ted, you're alive! Yeah! I fell out of my suit when I hit the floor.
Except at least that's even better. That's an explanation. Why is he alive?
I don't know.
They killed him.
He like blew it up, right? In the first one?
Yes, he blew up and he died.
Yeah. It's been a while since I've seen the first one, but that's what I kind of remember is he blew it up.
Yes.
But, so that's number 2, is that Credence is alive. Number 3, let's go to Funny McFuggerson. Is that he remembers everything. Because according to Queenie or him, that the spell only erases the bad memories, but he only had good memories.
And every single Muggle only had bad memories with the
with
magic. They knew this. Like, there was no happiness whatsoever. Not even, like, the general feeling that magic exists. Like, being a happy thing. Like, that's not there. Like, you think some type of happiness to be... No.
Only Funny McFuggerson has ever had fun or has loved being around magic.
Yes.
He's the only one.
Yes. I don't know why they did it like that. They didn't have to. But that's how they did it.
Yeah, I feel like... I like the idea, I think you said this, where he's just under the Imperious curse by Queenie because Queenie loves him so much.
And is date raping him.
And is date raping him, yeah. But no, they had to make a really tough explanation that actually doesn't make too much sense. But like...
Or any sense.
It doesn't make any sense because I feel like he can point to any other time when Muggles have their memories been erased and be like, wait, why did... That was a good memory. But you know what? Okay, that's number 3.
Yeah.
Is that he remembers everything even though he totally shouldn't.
Well, also, Hermione erases her parents' memories. I guess her parents had no good memories of Hermione the whole time. I don't know. Maybe the wizards in America are just ridiculously dumb and more like, will only erase the bad memories? What?
I don't know. Yeah.
It's incredibly stupid.
Yeah, so that was, once again, a huge retcon from the first one, written by the same person who Aaron says on quote that has said they has mapped out these 5 movies, even though it seems like everything that happened last movie doesn't matter at all.
Yes.
But
it's insane. I don't know how you can flip-flop that much writing the movies beforehand. I cannot conceive of it. I seriously cannot. Okay, other retcon. And this is her retconning the Harry Potter books now. The reason why Dumbledore won't fight Grindawald is not because of a complicated emotional thing about him and his sister and not wanting to face the guilt of what he may or may not have done to his sister. It was because he made a blood stump.
Oh yeah,
because he's like a blood pin.
No, it was a blood pact.
Spindle, blood pump. I'll call it blood thump.
Blood thump. Okay.
And they made a magic thing. So JK Rowling, being the genius she was, was like, you know, this really is this really emotional, complicated thing that like I wrote. Like I don't like it. We're gonna just have some like a video game thing explained.
Yeah.
Once again, another thing like Lost. I don't know why Lost is on my mind. Where the smoky monster can't kill the candidates, or he can't kill, what's the guy's name? Isaac?
Yeah, Isaac.
Blonde hair dude. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he can't kill him because that's like against the rules. It's kind of like that.
Yeah, it's very similar.
Next retcon, Nagini. Nagini is now a Korean.
Oh yeah, now a Korean. I wouldn't call that a retcon. That's just like adding to the lore, but horribly. Like, it's like, what else can we, like, add to the Harry Potter universe? It's like, well, Voldemort had a snake, but, you know, It had to be. Let's make it like a special snake. What can we make it cooler? Like, can it shoot out like magic venom? No, that's a little much. Can it be like twice the size of a normal snake?
A little much.
So let's just make it a human. Like, but actually a good
It adds
human.
absolutely nothing to it, and it just makes you more confused, because as far as we can tell, Nagini's a good woman.
Yeah, especially, maybe in the other movies she'll do something. She doesn't do anything in this movie.
It's potentially based off of a racist stereotype of Korean women, but I'm not here to talk about that. I'll let Korean women talk about that.
What else? Yeah.
Also, so it's not good.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to count that as a retcon. To me, it feels pretty retcon-y. She says she always thought Nagini was a human. Always.
Is that what she said?
She said that, yeah. Like,
Okay.
she said that quote, JK Rawlings. Obviously, she's lying, so it's a retcon in my book.
Yeah. I try not to watch interviews with JK Rawlings because they'd probably just be like, "How did you write Harry Potter?"
Yeah. To be fair, it's not like Harry Potter is super meticulously planned out, but
No, Harry Potter's not like the smartest thing ever written, but it has a lot of charm and it's great. I love Harry Potter.
I don't know. Should we get into the fact that this movie's the most charmless thing ever made?
Okay, yeah. It's so bland.
The colors are like the ugliest.
Gray.
I've never seen
all
more
the
gray on any
cities.
screen. I hate the fetching animals. They're the worst parts ever. Any scene with the animals is some of the most boring television.
Yeah, well, it's just like you don't care about the animals because Newt likes them, but no one else really likes them.
Yeah.
And like, it's not like their characters are just like
Annoying,
annoying
idiots.
And they're like a Deus Machina. What is that
Yeah,
phrase?
Deus Ex Machina.
Deus Machina.
The
I can't speak
the
it.
God machine.
Yeah, of like, anytime they're in a sticky situation, he just kind of opens his briefcase, and something's going to happen that's going to get him out. And so it's kind of
wacky.
Yeah, it makes each scene, like each action scene, really boring because like his briefcase. He doesn't solve it by his wits. I mean, sometimes he does, but usually he just like opens his briefcases and then the problem solved.
Alright.
I mean, I like News Commander. He's probably like the best character in it, but I wish there was like smarter things for him to do.
My favorite character is Black Assassin Man. I'm not a racist for calling him that because that's JK Rowling's name for him too. I can't prove it. But there's no way JK Rowling remembers that guy's name because I don't think it's said once.
It's not said once, so yeah, he's just like the black Frenchman.
Yeah.
And who has a. So should we talk about how those movies overloaded with way too many characters?
Let's see. So there's the characters from last movies. You got Queenie, Newt, or woman,
or love interest woman. Yeah.
Funny McFunny said Queenie.
I think we were going to say Queenie, but yeah. So there's those four from the first movie.
Dumbledore.
But now we have Dumbledore and
Newt's brother.
Lita
Lestrange. Lita Lething.
Grindelwald.
Grindawald. Credence. Nagini.
We have the Black Assassin Man. We have the other Assassin Man that went out to kill Credence's grandma or whoever was that. What was that
guy who looks like probably a pedophile dude.
Yeah.
And wait, why did he kill that woman?
It was kind of said in one of our favorite scenes is when he's like the scene he says the greater good, and he's like, how did he take it losing the one person he cared for? Because I guess I don't know, when was it established that Credence cared for this woman?
He didn't.
He didn't, but
that was the first time he met her.
I thought maybe from the first movie that she was a part of Credence's life.
No.
That's what it's made out for in the movie.
No, that was the first time he met her.
Oh. Well, that changes. And the Crown of Grindawald is made out that Credence cares for this person and that...
So it's like him playing a psychological game on Credence?
Yes. That's what I got from this rewatch.
Wow.
Even though I don't remember her from the first movie, but once again, I've only seen that movie once because it's just alright.
She's not in the first
one. Okay. Well,
yeah. Wow.
Maybe JK Rowling was just hoping we like, oh yeah, she was in the first movie.
They met 3 minutes ago.
Yeah, so
literally that scene that she met in is when he died, and we're supposed to buy that was him caring about someone.
Yeah, I don't know. This movie has a lot of you know this, right? And I'm like, no, I don't understand. Like, me as a Harry Potter fan, I don't get it. So I can't imagine someone who doesn't like Harry Potter trying to watch this movie, even if they've seen the first one, like, trying to understand it, it'd be the hardest thing ever. Because on the second time watching it, I understood the plot a little better, because I thought
there's still things I'm not sure on. Like, I don't know who Funny McFunnyson. He keeps on showing up at random locations. I don't know why he's there, ever. Why is he in Nicholas Flamel's house? I don't understand.
Well, why are they? Because they all went to Nicholas Flamel's house. I don't know why they were in his house to begin with, but remember they brought Black Assassin Man there. But I don't remember why, but all of a sudden Nicholas Flamel's just there, and he's like, "Oh,
He's
this is
just
my
there.
house! You're in my house!" And he shoots him because of home invasion.
Yeah, that happened too. And then they're like, wow, Nicholas Flamel, you're so old.
You don't look a day over 375.
And then it's funny.
Yeah. And you see the Sorcerer's Stone because 15 things you missed in this movie.
Yeah, well, we didn't even miss it. We got it. Jeez. It's like that moment, yeah. So, like, this movie has no charm because the colors are ugly, the characters are boring, the setting is terribly done. I said this while we were watching it, but it's designed to look more like a utopian society, like it's what you expect.
The Wizarding World?
Yeah, the Wizarding World for USA. It looks more like what you'd expect in like a Brave New World movie or like any of those utopian books instead of the Wizarding World, which always had like a old European charm to it.
Yeah, I agree.
Anyways, it looks more like a futuristic society and it has no charm to it. The characters are boring.
Well, okay.
Like, everything just feels like it's trying to be cool. Like, Grindawald just looks like a... I can't say that. He looks like an upstanding individual. Wait, let's cut this out, too. Like, Grindawald, he looks like a maniac cartoon character, but, like, not for any reason. It's just because. Like, he's a villain. Like, the magic is so overdone. Like, the charm of Harry Potter is how magic is so standardized that you can learn it. But in this, it's just like a bunch of nonsense. You wave your wand, and then, like,
whatever you think of
whatever happens. I don't know.
Because whatever the plot needs the magic to do happens. Which is, like, kind of disappointing because in the Harry Potter ones, it always seemed like you read this book, you go to class, you learn these spells, they'll help you, but, like, I never thought magic could just do anything. Like, in the Harry Potter universe, I didn't think, like, just anything could happen. You know, like, it's magic, so there's, like, a mystical element, but, like, not just nothing, like, not just anything could happen.
And also, you don't have, like, a protagonist explaining what any of the spells mean or, like, trying to wonder. So, like, half the time they just say a thing, and then a thing happens, and it just has no connection to the audience.
You just have to kind of go with it.
Yeah,
because, like,
it's not a good feeling that your brain is so confused and trying to understand what's happening.
Yeah, because the two characters that could be protagonists... I mean, I like Newt. Newt's a really good character, but he already knows magic, so it's not like he's like, oh, I just casted this spell, blah, 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 blah. Like, I always said, like, Credence, he could have been an interesting main character.
Credence would have been the best main character. Kind of boring because the whole arc of trying to figure out what your parents is really overdone. But, like,
that's true.
Whatever, I guess. I think Newt's, for better or for worse, is like a very original main character. Yeah. Like, I can't think of any other leads like him, and it really works to the advantage for the first movie, but here it works to such a disadvantage because they have to shove in his own interests in there for, like, no real reason.
Yeah, because, like, Newt, like, the first movie is obviously Newt's story, and this is Dumbledore and Grindelwald's story where that shoves Newt in.
Yes.
Basically. They're like, oh, but we have to keep the same cast, so we'll, like, insert him in the story about Dumbledore and Grindelwald. Mm-hmm.